We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. I'm Candace Cooper. We're here to talk about conspiracy theories, beauty hacks, astrology, fucking pop culture, what is going on in the world. I'm going to talk about all the stuff that, the mainstream sites are not going to want to talk about. Because you know what I love to do? I love to rabble rouse. I love to ruffle feathers. What am I drinking? This is my midday cafe. Pistachio milk, organic coffee from Trader Joe's, a little teensy bit of vanilla, like straight vanilla, real vanilla, agave ice. I haven't had any yet. Let's see. So fucking good. Like literally so good. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm getting my hair cut next week. Y'all, I retoned my hair. Why? I don't know, because it was perfect. And now it's like a little bit darker than I want it to be. And a little bit golden. Whatever, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Toners only last 20 washes anyway, so it'll wash out. But yeah, do you guys remember when I cut my hair? I cut it to like here in October, and then this is already, and I've had 2 haircuts in between that. So it's grown like 5 inches back, 4 inches back. I know, I keep wanting to like, but I think I'm going to keep it long. Okay. Before I jump into everything that I want to talk to you guys about, I need to have a moment to rant about like dating in 2024. Brother, ew. Okay. When I was younger, I was 150 million% a pick-me-sha, okay? I would clean guys' apartment. I would do their laundry. I would cook for them. I would drive hours upon hours to like go and see them or meet them in the city, get my car towed because I wanted to meet them for lunch and I didn't know like the parking rules in Manhattan, get towed, $300 lunch. Which he did not pay for. How many times did I drive? Like, always, I was always catering to men. Whether it be, like, doing their family functions or doing their friend functions when their friends, like, didn't even give a shit about me. And there is something that happened. Now, mind you, I've been on this earth for a minute or 2 or 4, right? I've been here for a while. So I did that for probably, I would say, a good, like, 20 years of my dating career. Let's say we start dating at, like, 15. It was always me sacrificing for the guy, for their family, where they wanted to live, what they wanted to do. And I don't know, the last, I would say, like, 7 years, but then the last 4 years were the last like glug where all fucks that I used to actually have to give have gone out the window. Like 0 fucks to give, beyond 0 fucks to give. And these guys try to like date me. Just like, this is what you're offering. One guy, hadn't heard from him since December 25th. He just texted me today. I've been thinking about you. I want to get together. And I literally said to him, you disappeared for 5 months. Abso-fucking-lutely not do I want to see you. Like, do you guys really think at this point women are going to, like, accept that? On what fucking planet? If you knew how hard I work out every day, how I clean, how I cook, how I pay my own bills, like the fact that men think that women who do all of this stuff for ourselves are going to jump at the opportunity to talk to a guy who hasn't texted you in 5 months, like, are we smoking crack? Another guy messaged me last week, "What's up, dork?" I'm like, that doesn't even warrant a response. First of all, it was 10:58 at night. I was scrolling on TikTok and I had a face mask on, I had my red light therapy on. I was like, are these guys just absolutely smoking crack cocaine? Thinking that any of us women, after how fucking hard we work and how we provide every single thing for ourselves, you think that we're gonna jump at a text message? Like, get a fucking lobotomy. I'm disgusted. I am repulsed. The way I've been celibate, there's nothing that is even enticing. Like, to think of a man touching my sacred, gorgeous temple body that I nourish every day and I exercise every day and I'm constantly catering to my health, and like, I donate blood. There is no way I could put my health at risk. Mothers need my blood if for a donation. Like, you think that I'm going to get a disease for you? Ew. Like, I'm disgusted. I think I only just want like platonic friends in my life. Like, I don't want to date ever again. When you have high self-esteem, it's going to take an extraordinary human to pull you out of celibacy and singledom but whatever's going on out here, I am like beyond not interested, sir. Thank you. Okay. And in terms of like dating sites, anytime I talk to certain people and I like let's say my male neighbors, and I know, and they're like, "Oh, I'm on a dating site, whatever, blah blah blah," and I'm like, you're exactly the kind of man that should be, because you have nothing to offer. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but at this point in time, after centuries of men abusing women and shitting on us, we're taking back the power. We're fucking done. Okay? And then this other guy's like, "Oh, do you want to like get together and paint?" No, I want to go on sexy dinners, have a few drinks. Oh, well, I haven't been drinking since before Lent, so forget that. Have a few mocktails, or maybe take an edible and Uber home and go to fucking bed alone, peacefully in my beautiful bed. No, I don't want to paint with you. Do I want to go for sexy dinners? 100%. Do I want you to take me for oysters? 100%. Do I want you to take me to Mastro's? 100%. Do I want to have sex with you? Not at all. Do I want to like be your girlfriend or do anything that I don't want to do with you? No, not at all. Do I want you to accompany me on long walks so I could go out at night in the dark? Yeah, totally. I would love that. Do I want you in my bed at all? No, not ever. No. Okay. Anyway, on a happier note, oh my God, do I have Spotify on my computer? No, but you know what I'm going to pull up? Fuck. I don't want Chrome up. Nicole Richie has new music, and it is so fucking good. I love Nicole Richie so much, and I didn't know. She has a Cancer moon. I have a Cancer moon. So does Drew Barrymore, which I'm a little bummed out because honestly, I think Drew Barrymore is like an industry plant. I don't like her and Spielberg. Like, I don't like that. I think something weird probably went on. Drew was obviously groomed. Do I love her as Gertie? Do I love her in every, like, 50 First Dates, Wedding Singer, um, Cinderella Story? I fucking love Drew. But I'm also not a fucking moron and I can see what's in front of me. She's clearly an industry plant. Or on the way she sits so close to people, like on that interview couch. Drew, it's called fucking personal space, babe. It's so, I saw her interview with Lindsay Lohan and which I'm so happy and excited Lindsay's back. She looks fabulous. But the way Drew was like, it's like, let people breathe, bro. But I want to play, let's see. Nicole Richie's music is, oh, you know what? I'm not going to play it because they might take it down. They might take my video down. But if you can, go and check out Nicole Richie's new music. I reposted like every single song that she posted. The reason why I love it is because she's rapping, but she's rapping about like environmental issues. And if you know me, you fucking know how much like the earth means to me. I was taking a walk on the Greenbelt the other day and I come across this couple and they're just like staring and there's a turtle like struggling in the rocks. Clearly like it came up from the pond, somehow got like redirected up to the Greenbelt, but it was totally far away from the pond. So I looked at them and I was like, are we just gonna stare at it or are we gonna like do something and help it? And they looked at me and they were like, well, you could do something if you're not scared. So I was like, ugh. I picked up the turtle. I picked it up on its little shell. I said, please don't fucking bite me because I don't know how far their little necks can go if they could like turn around and bite you. And I put it into the pond and it jumped right in and had a great time. But I was like, I am a steward of the earth. I was like, I am a fucking servant of the earth. Like that, I just like, I'm here to serve the animals, right? I just am. So the fact that Nicole Richie is gorgeous, is timeless, is no plastic surgery, is natural, is rapping about the environment in these like cool fucking videos and these costumes, and she's talking about crystals and she's talking about energies and she's talking about bees. And I am just like, when I tell you it unlocked a part of my brain that I didn't even know was asleep. Like, fucking epic, bro. Epic. Yeah, I'm just so into it. And like, speaking of Nicole Richie, we have Lindsay Lohan back. And me and my sister would like go on castings with Lindsay sometimes. And like my mom and her mom would chit chat. And I think like a few times we had done like a few photo shoots together. For a long time, I forgot like her and I were with the same agency. We were both with Ford. So my sister has somewhere a picture of her and Lindsay Lohan. But I am so stoked that Lindsay Lohan is back. She looks gorgeous. She is a mother. She is married. She is acting again. She is modeling again. Like, I never reached the fame, the heights of fame that Lindsay did. But like, because we were auditioning and going on go-sees like in the same circle, I root for her 150 million%. And when she was going through all that crazy shit, like I was also going through a lot of crazy shit growing up, and her and I both, you know, I'm just a hairstylist, but that's okay. But she's like a famous actress and I'm not a mom, but I came out by the skin of my fucking teeth. All right. So I feel good about that. But I'm so happy to see her back in the game. She's just got that je ne sais quoi, you know? She really does. I'm happy to see her back. I really am. I'm happy to see like a lot of us women that were kind of like discounted or, overlooked for having some rough patches in our life, like we're on our comeback. And we've seen it with like Robert Downey Jr. Now, a lot of like the actresses that I grew up with, like, oh, what was the girl? What was her name? And that one show with Arnold and Mrs. Garrett, I wish that she could have stuck around and like gotten the help that she needed, but she got like sucked into drugs and then she OD'd and she passed away or whatever happened to her, but it wasn't good. But to see the actresses that I grew up with now kind of like having a resurgence, making a comeback, kicking their drug habits, looking great, that makes me so fucking happy. And one of the most invaluable lessons I've ever learned was being an actress and learning how to lose gracefully. Because when you're a child actor, it's very difficult to have friends because when you go on auditions, you're going on auditions with all of the little girls that look exactly like you. So little brown hair, brown-eyed girls. You're not necessarily going, and that's your competition. Or you're going with the blondes and the redheads and, whatever. But you're going on these auditions, and yes, you're all little kids in the same age range, but essentially you're competitors. So you have to learn how to lose gracefully. And when I was little, there were projects, of course, that I desperately wanted to be a part of. And then one of my peers would get it. And I had to learn at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old to not be a little fucking sore loser and to be graceful and to shake your, like metaphorically shake your opponent's hand if they win and kind of accept that whatever is meant for you will eventually come to you. So and as an actor, this is applicable to like every single part of life, but if you make your co-stars look good, it will make you look good, because there are some actresses who will get catty and jealous and try to like trip up their fellow actors in a scene. But you know what? It ends up cutting your nose off to spite your face because you're in that scene. Don't you want it to be the best scene ever? So even in my everyday life of if there's a girl that I don't fucking like, let's say I work with at a salon, if I don't fucking like her, it doesn't matter if I can recommend someone to her. She specializes in double processes, or she specializes in pixies, or whatever it is. I'm very, very happy. And that's because I learned at a very young age how to not be a sore loser. So there's a lot of bad, negative drawbacks to being a child actor, and I've experienced a lot of them, but the lessons that it taught me, fucking invaluable, absolutely invaluable. It taught me how to navigate a treacherous landscape called life. So speaking of treacherous landscapes called life, let's fucking talk about Bethany Frankel. So she is no longer doing Rewives. She's doing Just Be Divorced. And I think that this could not have come at a better time, 15 years after her crazy fucking divorce. Like I said, I identify with her a lot because I also got married in New York at the same time that she was getting married. I was still in the thick of living in Brooklyn and working in Manhattan, and she was like living that life as well. And I was living it on a very modest scale, where she was living it on a very fantastical scale. But I also, and Khloe Kardashian, like we were all getting married very quickly to men in that same period of time. And Khloe and I and Bethany and I, like, I don't think Bethany is still with Paul because she hasn't worn her ring in a really long time. So we're just very strong women, and we've all ended up kind of single, this 4B movement. inadvertently. I always call myself the reluctant feminist. I didn't fucking want to end up this way, but here it is. And I'm going to make the best of it. But I really, really, really identify with Bethany a lot, especially in her story. Now, Bethany Ever After and Bethany Getting Married are kind of on a loop in the background of my apartment a lot of the times because it's a comfort show for me. So, just watching all of it unfold and listening to Bethany say how when all of that stuff continuously gets stacked on top of you, you just keep going with it because you don't know how to pull yourself out of it. And I wasn't on a TV show. And I wasn't launching a gigantic cocktail line. I wasn't doing any of that. And I still felt obligated to get married to the person that I was engaged to because my life had become so entangled with him, even though every single fiber of my being was like, this is not the guy for you. This is not the relationship for you. I still got so wrapped up in it. And this is what they call like a canon event in somebody's life. You have to see it through to the end. When I think about Jax and Brittany and how Jax cheated on her and she still stayed with him and got married to him and had crews with him. And now they're fucking separated and getting a divorce anyway. But there are some moments in your life where you just have to fuck up. And Bethany just had to fuck up. She was 39. He was like, we got to get pregnant fast. You're older. Let's fucking do this. And she was like, okay, fine, let's do this. So they had baby Bryn, and, money and children, once that comes into play, all of your best laid plans absolutely go out the fucking window because now it's a different dynamic, and she didn't need Jason, and she didn't respect Jason, and his parents were really forced down her throat, as was my in-laws, and my ex's entire family was forced down my throat because he had such a big family, and we all know that my family is just fractured and crazy and hates each other. And his family was like obsessed with each other. And there were so many of them that there was always an event on the weekend. There was always a birthday. There was always a christening. There was always a funeral. There was always a, birthday party. There was always a fucking reunion. There was always something. And it was me coming from, that's why, again, I identify with Bethany a lot. Me coming from a family that is not super involved in any of each other's lives. It was overwhelming for me to watch her because I felt the exact same way. And it's funny because my ex-husband's family lived in South Jersey, so very close to Philly, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right on the border. And it's that small town, one tiny main road, like big plots of land, lots of, small town gossip. And it was very, very much like that. And I also grew up in a town kind of similar to that, but I flew to the city as soon as I could because that was my comfort zone, kind of being able to be in a bigger area and blend in. So watching poor Bethany have to twist herself into a pretzel and try to please this guy, and he was always throwing it in her face, everything. He was throwing everything in her face. When you listen to Bethany Ever After, all his little digs, anytime he's referencing her with somebody else, oh, I don't want to let her know that. Oh, let's lie to her and make her think that she broke the thing in the back of the tour bus and she's going to have to pay all this money. Like, he was constantly creating cortisol moments for her. And Jesus Christ, like, leave the fucking woman alone. Now, some people did say that Jason Hoppy has another child, and, he essentially has completely disappeared from the spotlight. If anybody knows, leave in the comments below, does Jason Hoppy have a new child? We all are dying to know. But I'm listening. I'm eating it up. I think that this was an excellent, look, girl, make your money back from all the money you had to spend in the divorce, all right? We all know, I'm sure the divorce cost her $10 million, if not more. Make your money back. You know, we all want to listen to what happened. We're all super, super curious. From what I can surmise watching the show, I know exactly how psychotic he was. And we all know that when he left the apartment, he took big shits in all the toilet. And when you watch Bethany Ever After, she always had a problem with his bowel movements and how gross and disgusting they were. So he seemed like he was obnoxious, passive aggressive, insecure, and just like a lost dude. And she is a woman who so knows who the fuck she is. She so knows where the fuck she's going. And it just made him feel inferior. Tough shit. And all this stuff, like when she would set herself up for giving him ammunition, she'd be like, I know that I'm crazy. I know that you're a regular guy. And he'd be like, I can't believe that I have to announce this on, you know, our pregnancy on Perez Hilton. And, you know, I'm a regular guy. He knew exactly who she fucking was. He was mic'd. They had a camera in their little teeny tiny apartment. He loved every time she felt bad about herself in that way, because he would just fucking sink his talons in. And it was just so evil to watch him. I was like, he's so full of shit. He fucking loves it. Are you watching? Are you listening? Bethany Just Be getting divorced. I am. I want to know all the stuff that went on. So make your money back, Bethany. You've been through fucking enough. You're a strong woman. Sometimes you annoy me, but overall I love you. Can we... R.I.P. to Kyle Marissa Roth, who was the TikToker. She did the blind items. Someone said that she always looked like she was AI, and I always thought that she looked like a little artificial intelligence-y as well, but she was a real person. She was a real human. And she passed away under unknown circumstances. She had battled with colon cancer in the past. She had a recent major feud with J-Lo. J-Lo got her account banned on TikTok, which cost her basically her living, you know, wage, because she made money. That's how she made money, off of her TikTok. And then she suddenly passed away. Her mom announced it on her LinkedIn, and the toxicology reports will be in 60 to 90 days. So it's going to be between 2 to 3 months before the toxicology reports come in. And then we'll be able to, you know, say what actually happened to her. We don't know. But RIP to Kyle Marissa Roth. Fucking wow. It's so weird, but I've talked about this in other episodes before, saying like, you know, like when it comes to like the Kardashians or any of them, like they all seem to have like such good luck for so long. Like, when does it, you know, run out? I don't know. But TikTok, probably because there's so many more creators, the likelihood of something bad happening to someone on TikTok is so much greater because there's so many creators. You know, the odds are probably different. Now, let's talk about Summer House. Okay. A lot of people are digging up the feud between Steven and Carl. And I think I'd mentioned it here as well. Carl had said to Steven the best BJ he had ever gotten was from a guy. Then Steven never came back to Summer House. I think that Carl and Steven probably hooked up, and I've had suspicions for a long time that Carl bats for the other team, which, like, no shade, whatever. That guy Colton, one of the Bachelor guys, he came out late in life as, you know, a gay man. So I think that Carl is really struggling with his sexuality. And I know because I've known people personally and they've struggled with like major addictions, and it turns out, you know, they were really struggling with their sexual identity, which I can understand. You want to run from it, you want to numb it. And Carl did. Now, here's another thing Carl said in the after show. He said that Kyle's ass was imprinted in his brain when Kyle was wearing the bathing suit, the red bathing suit on the beach. And then Carl kind of tried to like backtrack a little bit when he said that. And I was like, no, bro, that was a Freudian slip. You are attracted to dudes, and that's fine. You are allowed to be attracted to dudes, but we all see it, Carl. Like, you'll have a boyfriend in 5 years. I also think Jax is a little gay because he said to Brittany in the most recent episode of The Valley, let's do a little butt play. And I was like, whose butt, Jax? Yours or hers? Well, we could talk about James and Allie and their conversation on Vanderpump. It's all right. We're already at 31 minutes. I don't want to make it too long. But Allie said she had never really thought about like kids and marriage that way. And James broke down and started to cry. And I completely understand, because that is also why I don't ever want to date again. Because how many times have I gotten my hopes up with somebody, and I would be so upset if it was like 2 years down the road and it turns out like we're not on the same page at all and having to start over again. I'm like, I don't even want to fucking bother. If God wanted me to be in a relationship, God would put me in a relationship. God would put him in my path. There would be no denying. But seeing Allie be like, I've thought about it with cats. Like, I get it. Katie and I share a birthday, single, childless. Allie, childless, doesn't want to get married. Me, childless, doesn't ever want to get married again. If I was like a multi-millionaire, I would have kids on my own in a second. But I don't have family. I don't have a partner that I would want to reproduce with. And if it didn't work out, I wouldn't want to share my kid. So, Lala's storyline. What do you guys think? I think Allie hates James. I think he annoys her. I think he's like too goofy for her. And she's kind of like a serious chick. And I totally get that. Sometimes the opposites do attract, but I don't think in that situation. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think that Allie and James are going to stay together? I don't. Lala's pinned the tail on the vagina. She's got her donor. She's having a baby. Someone's like screenshotted a picture of Ariana being happy, and she was like, why can't you be happy like Ariana's happy for you? Because Ariana doesn't fucking want kids. So it's not a jealousy trigger for Ariana. If, I don't know, I don't think either one of them have interests that are similar. I think that Lala is just like, I think that Ariana is a drip. And they're all in the friend group, but I don't think that Ariana and Sheena have been super tight for a long time. I think they're both very phony. I think that Lala is like, doesn't really fucking care. And that's what happens. Like, friends shift, alliances shift when you're in a big group like that. That's why I'm like, I don't even fucking care. I don't want to be in a big group of friends. Brock loves high heels. That's what I wrote down. Katie and Sheena got their commercials. The commercial, their Chili's commercial. It's an espresso martini. I would say Sheena is a great actress. Katie needs to take an acting lesson. Schwartz's new girlfriend. And then we're gonna leave on Schwartz's new girlfriend. Oh my God. When I tell you this pissed me off so much. Schwartz did an interview, I can't remember where, and they were like, oh, so how'd you meet your new girlfriend? He was like, oh my God, such a funny story. I like had just swore off dating. I said I was just gonna like work really hard for 2 years and like make a ton of money. And then I like just bumped into her and we just clicked. She's beautiful and she's 24 and she has it going on. And he didn't want to be with Joe, but he wants to be with this 24-year-old. Now, he threw so much shade at Katie in this interview. He was like, yeah, what's this girl's name? Sophia. Is it Sophia? She has a vintage shop. He shouts out her vintage shop. She's a marketing manager or whatever the fuck she is. She does this, she does that. She's really outgoing. She is so ambitious. Now, we all know that Katie is not outgoing. Katie is not ambitious. Katie doesn't do anything except for Vanderpump Rules. Like, I know she was a cosmetologist, but she gave Stassi horrible highlights one time as that was the end of her career. So I'm like, what the fuck does Katie do? Nothing. Oh, she does a podcast now with Dana. Anyway, the shade that was being thrown at Katie from Schwartz is like, he's such a little bitch. I can't stand him. He drives me fucking crazy. His little pinched bitch face and his little, like that is what he looks like to me when I think of him. And his waffling and his, Joe, she's like, like, I fucking hate them both. They annoy me so much. Anyway, I have to go take my little doggy on his play date. He got a bath today. They got their nails trimmed the other day, him and the cat. And he got a bath. Then we did aromatherapy and I put on healing solfeggio tones for him. So he had a great day and the house is clean. The dishes are done. The laundry is done. The meat is salted and getting ready for dinner tonight. But it's going to be a great night. It's going to be, So tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to have a long day at my studio tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump on. But I decided that I'm going to jump on even if it's at night because I have my cool Alex Earl light panel. And you guys, you just want the content. You don't care how I look. You don't care if my hair is done. And I feel the same way. Like, I get up every day and I'm like, I can't wait to listen to this. I can't wait to put on Giggly Squad or Juicy Scoop or Dana Wilkie or Daily Dose of Donna, or like, I love checking out Jeff Lewis Obsessed. I love when they're on. So I love you guys. Don't forget, go check out Nicole Richie's new album. I'm actually going to be like bumping it now. I'm going to put it on as soon as I get off. And I will see you guys on the next live. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Ciao.